Alright, what up fish homies? Taylor's on his way over and today we got a special episode for you. It's all about how to catch carp for the beginner. It shows you some equipment you'll need that's a little different than the average that you'll find at your tackle shop, so you will need to get some stuff online for this video, but you can pretty much get everything on Amazon, and all the stuff for the bait you can get at your local grocery store. This is a pretty cool episode because it shows you how to catch big old fish out of local city lakes. Our friends have caught carp up to 60 pounds at the local city lakes, and we're not talking big old lakes you can take a boat on. We're talking little lakes where people go and feed the ducks and stuff. So if you like catching big fish, or you like catching fish in the winter and you don't have that much good luck, stay tuned and we will teach you how to hook up on some big old carps. If you already know how to do this too, this is just gonna cover the basics, how to tie knots and like what equipment to use and stuff. So if you wanna skip ahead to just the fishing, we'll put a little thing that shows where we start catching fish. But other than that, we're gonna describe what bait to use, which weights to use, what kind of poles, what kind of line, pretty much all the little stuff you need to know to get these big old fish. Alright, so if you're trying to get into some carp fishing, try to find a lake where you know that there's some carp. Ways to find carp: you can go the technological route, go on your phone, check out FishBrain, find out catches where there's carp local to you. If you don't know where there's any carp, just go to a lake that you know has a lot of fish, catfish or any other bottom feeder specifically. If not, just anywhere that has a lot of fish, there's most likely going to be some carp in there. Another important thing, another big reason why you want to go to a lake that you know has a lot of fish is that you want to make sure you catch a fish for your first time. You don't want to go to a lake for your first time trying fishing and not catch anything. You're probably going to hate it, not want to go again, think it's just boring. Especially carp fishing, you just throw your rod out and sit there for sometimes like 4+ hours. So if you do that and you don't catch anything, don't lose all hope on fishing. Just try it again, maybe switch up your techniques, your rigs, bait maybe. But most important thing, just go to the first time, go to a lake that you know has fish so you can hook up for the first time. Alright, last thing we wanted to touch up on before we get into the actual fishing side of it is the time of day is actually important. You want to show up either before the sun comes up or before the sun goes down, because the best times to go fishing from when the sun comes up to a couple hours after, to a couple hours before the sun goes down, and a couple hours after. So basically the morning and the night is the best time for fishing. First thing you can buy as an entry-level carper is a rod pod, just like what you see here. It's where you can lay 3 poles, and then there's like little alarms on it. We'll show you how those work in a little bit, and then these will be hanging from the line. But you don't need that. You can simply just even lay your rod on the floor just like this. Just make sure your drag is set real loose so it doesn't get yanked in the rod, and keep a good eye on it. But for today we're going to be using this and maybe one other type of oh yeah, Taylor has it right here. You can use these too. We'll show you what it looks like with the rod in it. The next thing you need to do is make your pack bait. You just need some basic ingredients from the old grocery store. We have some quick oats, which is just like dry oatmeal, and then you have some sweet corn cream style, and then you have panko breadcrumbs. The Italian style ones and the regular breadcrumbs don't work. It has to be the panko. They're like toasted breadcrumbs and they like float and they work really good. You also need jello. We have strawberry jello in here, just the box kind that's powdered. And in the end, it's gonna look something like this. You squeeze it, it's gonna go together into a ball. That you kind of have to play with, but we like it as dry as possible, kind of, so it breaks up really fast. But it's good to start with it a little more wet because it sticks to the method feeder really well. Which brings us to our next point. These are method feeders from Amazon. It's like 4 for $10. You can see this one is a 25 grams, so it's a little less than an ounce. But these little ribs on here hold the pack bait on. So what you do is compress it on there, and not on this side because this is where it will land. So this side's going to be face up when it goes in the water. So you pack it around here, and then you stick your hook back in there, and be careful not to hook any one of these ribs or anything in your pack bait. We like to put the like round side in first so it doesn't hook anything. But yeah, you pack it on there, bada bing bada boom, cast it out. So what this is basically just a Carolina rig. You can see it's just a weight. It's just a special one that holds on the pack bait a little better than normal. So if you don't have method leads and you still want to go, you can basically just use an egg sinker. Just make this an egg sinker. There's a swivel right here, which you can see. So you just have an egg sinker, a swivel, and then your leader to your hook. And we'll explain the hair rig a little later. But that's your basic setup. So if you don't have the method feeder, don't be afraid to just try a little Carolina rig with a piece of corn on a hook. Another thing we want to kind of explain is that you don't need all this stuff. This is like all European style stuff. You don't need all of it in order to catch carp, but it really does help. We used to just do a Carolina rig with a size 8 hook with a couple pieces of corn on it, and we really wouldn't catch anything. But right when we got this rod pod and we started using the pack bait and method feeders and the right kind of carp hooks and everything, we started hooking up regularly. We catch a carp pretty much almost every time we go, except in the winter time, pretty much like every other time though. So this is the rod pod with the poles on it. What Taylor's doing is sinking the braid, so that's something for the advanced video, but basically you just have your rod pod, you have the poles on here, and these little things called bobbins hang down. They clip to your line, and then when the fish takes line, a little alarm will go off like that, and that's how you know you got a fish. It works really well for nighttime, and as you can see here, it's cement, so we can't use stakes or anything, so this is a great little solution. But yeah, when you start getting set up with this kind of stuff, you will start catching them regularly. Another thing people wonder a lot is whether to fish tight or slack lines. I've read and heard that like under 60 yards you want to fish like a kind of a slack line. You can see how I don't know if you can see that well in the video, but all of our lines have a little bow in them. But when you fish like over 100 yards and stuff, you want to have them a little tighter so your indication's a little better when you get a bite.
So once you guys get out all your lines, you want to make sure you guys set a timer. And the first timer you want to keep it short so you can get some bait out there to start off with. So you want to keep it about 20 to 30 minutes just so you get more out there. And then after that, second cast, raise it up to about 45 to an hour. You can even go up to an hour 20 if the bite is real slow. Like in the winter time, they're probably not eating too much. You want to keep your lines out there longer. But other than that, yeah, just keep the bait going out there. Set your timer so you know when to recast. And yeah, probably be on them soon.
I guess it's better to start with like 18 to 24 inches of either like 20-pound braid or probably like 15-pound mono is a good place to start. And what you want to do is tie a little overhand loop. You can look up how to do that, but it's pretty much you just make a little loop and you tie an overhand knot. Alright, so you just want a small overhand loop in one side. And that's going to be where your bait's going to go. So first thing you do is tie that little loop, trim off the excess. It's good to have a good pair of braid scissors too, but don't have that for right now. Next thing you'll need is a baiting needle. And what this is just a little needle to help you get your bait on the hair rig. So what you do is get your little fake pieces of corn. These are the best. You can use regular corn, but fake corn's a lot better because you can just keep it on your pole all day. It doesn't fall off and stuff. And little nuisance fish can't really pick it off, especially off the hair. So what you do is get your needle, put one side, put your corn on there, put one side through the loop, get it caught on there, and then slide your corn onto the hair. So what you have is your corn with a little loop hanging out the top. So next thing you'll need is a bait stop. These are the ones we use right here. They come with the fake corn from Corda, so we like them a lot. But you can put a toothpick, a piece of wood from the ground, or whatever you want through that loop pretty much. This is just to stop the corn from coming off when a fish picks it up. So then you pull your bait stop into there, pull it tight. So what you have is like your 18-inch or 24-inch piece of braid or mono with 2 pieces or 1 piece of corn, whatever you want to fish on there. Next thing you do is grab your hook. We have a size 6 Corda crank here. Like I said, these are really good to have carp hooks because these are really strong and they can get you the bigger fish, but you can use like a size 8 or size 6 regular worm hook from the store. So yeah, you can use a size 6 or 8 worm hook from any tackle shop, or you can go online and get some good carp hooks. If you use regular hooks, you'll see why once you start hooking up on big ones, they'll break on you and stuff. But anyways, you want to put one side of the string, the opposite side of the corn, through the back of the hook. So not the side where the point is, but put it through the back. And then you want to measure your corn where you want it to sit off your hook. So we usually do it a little close, right about there probably. And then you hold down the corn and you pinch the line on the back of the hook. And you find the side of the hook that's not connecting. So like the smooth side, it's kind of hard to tell, but right here is where the circle connects to the shank. That side will start ripping the braided mono. So you want to whip around starting on the opposite side, and you whip around until you get equal to the point of the hook. So we got 1, 2, and you want to keep these nice and clean. 3, 4, 5, about 6, but sometimes you can go a little more. And then you go around here, you grab the other side of the line, the side you put back through in the beginning, and then you put it right back through the hole again. And you pull it tight, and then you have a little hook with corn hanging off it, and that's how it's gonna go into their mouth. They're gonna suck it up and try and blow it out, and that hook's just gonna catch right in their bottom lip every time. So that's the most beginner way to tie the hair rig, and this will definitely get you carp. There's definitely other variations of this rig to use, and other completely different rigs to use to catch the more difficult or weary carp. But this rig right here will get you onto them for sure. The next step you need to do pretty much is just tie another overhand loop. You can use a figure of 8 knot, or you can just tie a regular overhand loop, but instead of going through once, you go through 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then you pull it tight, give it a little spit so the knot doesn't get damaged. And you always want to make sure these knots are pulled tight so they don't slip when you're fighting a big one. So you can grab the hook on one side and pull it tight with the other one. And just chop off your excess here. We like to leave about 1 millimeter or 2, maybe like 1 centimeter, just in case it does slip a little bit. It's not going to come undone. So this is your finished rig right here. You're gonna hook one side to the swivel, and then this side is gonna be the carp catching side. And this brings us to our next part, catching the fish. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Don't lift the head up out of the water like that.
God, it's a bass, it looks like, dude. Not a carp.
Oh, caught a rainbow trout. Taylor's first or second trout. Last time we, yeah. All right, we're gonna get this guy unhooked nice and easy. You wanna wet your hands when you handle these guys, and try and get them back in the water as fast as you can, but let's just get a little view of them so you can see.
Right in the corner of the mouth with the boily corn.
Combo.
Yeah.
Nux, dude, air nux. All right, so Taylor got his cans wet. We're just gonna do a little picture with this guy and then let him go. These guys are super, they die really easy, so nice.
Go, boys.
All right, let's put him back.
Put him back in, hopefully he goes safely.
Yeah, just hold him till he starts swimming away, cause
oh, he's good.
Oh, he's gone.
He's ready.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
How to catch a carp video, and we start catching trout. Would you look at that? That's a perfect point to prove there. We just caught a trout on a piece of fake corn, so pretty much any lake you go to, you can catch anything on fake corn, or real corn. We've heard of people even catching bass. We've caught trout, plecos, catfish, carp, everything on this method feeder and corn setup. So that just proves that you can catch anything on this, but let's get back to the old carp fishing. Alright homies, we're freaking teaching you how to go fishing for carp, and all we caught was a trout. I've been fishing for like 6 or 7 hours now. We haven't even gotten another nibble. from a carp or anything. So this kind of proves our point about go somewhere where you're confident. We went somewhere where we're confident, we still didn't catch one. But we're probably gonna come back here or go to another lake that we usually go to tomorrow and finish off this video for you. But it's a little proof there that freaking you don't always catch them even when you think you're gonna. Peace out for now.
All right, finally day 2. Spencer's hooked up over here.
Oh, looks like a little baby.
Car parked. Get the net ready. See what we can do here.
All right, we just netted him. We forgot the unhooking mat, so we're gonna use the sling for that. And this grass is really soft, so the sling and that will be fine. But we're over here at Car Park for day 2. We made a little pit stop on the way to our other spot, and we got one in the net. We got this new scale from Walmart. It's 1 pound off, or like a ½ pound, but we'll just do a pound. So it's at 11.
Yeah. About 11, so about 10 pounder.
Yeah, plus the net, so it's about 9 pounds, 8 or 9 pounds. Pretty good for this really small little lake. Probably about 15 yards from the edge to the bushes over there. We're just gonna let him get some rest and get the other rods out. All right,
Snacks, bro.
If you're just starting carp fishing, you want to take pictures and they're flopping around all crazy like this, a good way to calm them down a little bit is to cover their eye. Don't touch their eyeball, but just cover their eye a little bit. It helps keep the sun out. I think they don't like that. All right, big guy. There we go. All right, so we're in the middle of January, almost the end of January. Might be getting another bite here. But yeah, we've been fishing for like almost a week straight without any bites. It's freezing cold. It's been rainy and everything, but we finally got one. So this is actually a nice one too. It's like about 9 pounds, we think, and perfect condition. Big old fat boy in the little tiny lake. So let's get him back in there.
Classic double corn too on the German rig.
Yes, sir.
We're ready.
Oh yeah, he's gone.
He gone nuts.
He was gone quick. So we caught that guy in like under 30 minutes, probably 20 minutes of having the bait out there. Taylor casted it out and he was fixing his other pole, so I had to grab it real quick. But yeah, this is like the craziest spot we've ever been to. It's probably like legit 15 yards from one side of the bank to the other, and it's just like a little moat around an island.
All right guys, crazy day out here. Hooked up on this one though.
Alright, so yeah, we're about to get out of here. We hooked up on a pelican, got that guy free, but in the meantime, I tried to grab the line to stop the pelican from flying away and it just ripped open my finger. So when we got that done, we caught one, but I'm not gonna hold it because my finger's all messed up and this water's like super nasty. So Taylor's gonna hold it and we're gonna weigh it and get some pics.
There we go guys. So hectic day, didn't get to reel this one in. Spencer did. We just got a pelican hooked up, or unhooked, on the other side of the lake over there. Pretty crazy. Ripped Spencer's finger open, smacked him in the head with a rod. It's pretty hectic, but we managed to run over here, get this guy in. He's about the same size as the other one, just skinnier, but he's longer. So pretty good for this lake. We thought they were gonna all be smaller in here, but this.
Roll them in, roll them in. Yeah, there you go.
Alright, got the cradle unlock. Let's get him back in the water. Hopefully it'll flop out.
Alright, let's do it.
We got a little audience and we'll stop to look at it.
Carp number 2 ready to go back in. Can't even see him swim away because it's so dirty. Alright, carp number 2. It's been only about an hour in this teeny tiny little lake. Pretty sweet. Alright homies, after that whole ordeal over at Car Park, we're back over here at the old secret spot. We had to swing through the old Del Taco, get a little filler upper, and we had to stop and get some band-aids for the old finger. Got her all fixed up though, so we should be good. To keep teaching you how to catch these carp. We caught 2 already. But yeah, basically what happened is we didn't catch any here yesterday, So we thought like, oh, we might as well try a new park on the way there for a couple hours. And we went to that car park for like 2 hours and we caught 2 fish and a pelican. So anyways, Taylor's casting out all the rods now. Hopefully we get another one for ya. Right, nice and easy. All right, Taylor's into one. It's probably one of the smaller ones out of here, but we don't know. In the winter time, they don't fight as hard, so you never know till they get close to shore. But you can see he's just working it in nice and easy. You don't want to rush them in, and when they shake their head, you want to let the pole go down so they can lunge forward. You never want to like give them too much resistance when they're shaking their head and stuff. With these guys, you just want to be patient. You get super excited because you've been sitting for hours, but you just want to be as patient as you can and get him in.
He hasn't really took off yet, so I'm waiting for him to get close. He's pretty close here though.
Alright, I'm gonna stop filming and try and get him.
Alright guys, came back day 2 at our secret spot for revenge. Kind of silly yesterday. Tried to do a how to carp fishing and only caught a trout. But today we came back, landed one. Oh, he's a feisty one. But yeah, landed this one. He's about 3 to 5 pounds on the German rig with the double corn. Strikes again today. So yeah, hopefully today's better. Hopefully we can get another one. Hopefully a bigger, around 10 pounds at least. So yeah, it's too small for this place. So
let's get him back
in there. He's a healthy guy.
Nice.
Ready.
There he goes. Knocks, bro. But yeah, sorry we don't have the unhooking mat. We're using our waist sling for a mat today because we lost the old unhooking mat and left the other one at home. So sometimes you gotta make do. But you still gotta take care of them. Anyways, we still got all the rods back out there. Hopefully we get another in. Alright homies, hope you liked the freaking how to carp fish video. I think we covered pretty much everything that you need to know just to like begin carp fishing. Like there's still a lot of advanced stuff that we'll cover in like our part 2 or something. We'll do a video of the next step for carp fishing, a little more in depth of what you can do, and I don't even know how to say it. But
one major tip before you go carp fishing, make sure you get a net, because if you don't get a net, you're gonna hook up and just be sad. If you want to see how sad we got, check out our old video on our koi. It wasn't chill.
Yeah, we missed a couple carps right when we started fishing because we had no net, and then we got a net and then it was too small. So make sure you get a decent sized net too.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, any questions, comment below, subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. And we're gonna do a little more how-to videos from now on and like stuff like that. Anyways, peace out for now, fish homies.